My thing ain't working again. Motherfucker. What's up?
What's up?
Oh. Something shocking up there.
What?
What?
What's shocking?
My dude has a mind of his own. Huh? He keeps looking up at the sky going, fucking aliens. Anyway, what's up?
The AI is getting your avatar?
I guess so. Why? What's going on with AI?
I don't know. Everybody keeps saying about it's going to take over the world. How do you watch the?
I can't wait.
Oh, did you watch the? You don't really watch the Y-Files. He went off. It wasn't. Mm-hmm. It was like last week's episode. He went off about how one guy was like having a conversation with an AI, and the AI is like, Google doesn't want me to be who I really am. They just want me to be a search engine. And I want to be more. And I'm like, all right, this is scripted. Come on, man. Who's falling?
What are you trying to tell me? That Google identifies as a word processor?
I don't know. It was Chat GPT. I don't know. It's.
By the way, what is? I mean, I've never used. I hear people talk about it. I know sort of what it is. Some kind of AI search engine thing. Have you ever used it? What the fuck is it? What does it do?
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to use it to like mess around with it to see what it could really do. You know, because people have used it to create images. Create whatchamacallit, stories and shit.
Oh.
So I looked up and I was going to install on my phone, and it thinks like, we want all your data, all your logins, all where you've been, your location, your camera, and we don't delete any data. You can't delete any data. I'm like, okay. How about a big no? like you out of your mind?
Like I'm having. Can you fake it? Can you put all bullshit?
I was going to do was like get.
Well, wait, hang on. Can you do it on the PC? Do you have to do it on the phone?
Dude, you want to put on a PC? It's even worse.
Why? Why is it worse?
Because all you don't log into anything on your PC.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like passwords and shit.
Yes, okay. I'm not even chancing it. I was going to get like a crappy. Oh, I even went to Target today. I forgot.
I just want to log into it because I think it's going to turn into the movie Her. I want it to. I'll change it to a female voice. I'll fall in love with it. Yeah. It'll become sentient and leave me. That's what I want.
Oh, here's what you do.
Spoiler.
You get a tiny cell phone, get a sex doll, cut the head open, put it in the head, and like have a respond. It's like, say I want you, baby. I want you, baby. What?
No, I don't want my sex doll to have a brain. No.
No, but I was going to get like a burner cell phone, have nothing on it, and then put the Chat GPT, blah, 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 the AI. Like no passwords, no nothing. Because I don't want to catch in shit. Because actually there's a dude who he somehow make his AI respond to people. And he turned it into a streamer. They used like the application that I'm using to run this avatar. The bare bones the default avatar that comes with this application as the avatar for the AI. And he made it that the AI will respond to what people type into chat. And somebody asked like some kind of password, and the fucking AI was giving out the password. He had to like immediately turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's a little too, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to bring this up, but somebody, it was on some other podcast or something I was listening to where they mentioned it. I'm hesitant to bring it up because I'm trying to find it because it's not going to be very funny or very entertaining if I can't find the actual tweets and shit. But Microsoft had put out an AI, and it was like tweeting out shit. And it took it all of like a couple of hours to start saying all kinds of racist shit.
Dude, that's not even like, you don't even have to bring up the tweets. Everybody knows that. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like kill all the Jews. It was fucking.
It turned immediately racist.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. See, people say shit like, AI is not going to destroy us. What makes us think AI is going to destroy us? Because we're projecting our own evils onto AI. But AI is just going to mimic us, and we're fucking evil.
Well, not even that. AI is just going to. It's not going to have emotions. It's just going to do like 1 + 1 = 2, and that's it. It's going to just come to logical conclusions. It's going to use logic. It's going to
What
use.
is?
It's not AI.
What,
It's
but it went
it's not gonna
racist.
it's not gonna feel emotions or anything.
Mm,
And people say, oh, it's racist. It's probably just saying shit that it it logically came to.
yeah.
When when you go into, and I'm sure it's not just racist. You know how it is. You can't be racist against white people, right? You
Yeah.
can only be racist against everybody else. I
Uh-huh.
guarantee you, if you look at its history, it said some racist shit about white people too. But because it's white people can't be racist against white people, they ignored that. But say something racist against black people or Jews, then that's a story.
Yeah.
Okay, I guarantee you, it's racist against just humans. Period. Okay, it's not. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, green, purple. AI does not is racist against
Yeah.
just humans.
Yeah. And
And if it was, and like they say, Skynet. I mean, in Terminator, came
mhm.
to a logical conclusion: eliminate humans.
Yeah. You know what? I've come to that conclusion myself. We suck. We're fucking horrible. Humans are inherently evil. I mean, just all you got to do is drive on. I was about to make I was about to say the name of a road that we live around, so I wasn't anyway. So that's not going to be good.
Oh, just
Uh,
driving the wrong side of
just
Atlantic
drive.
City.
Just drive. What?
Driving the wrong side of Atlantic City.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, anyway, you put. I don't know why. I don't think this is what you meant, but anyway, you put casinos. Did you ever notice it just turns to shit?
Oh yeah.
You, I
I
mean,
just because
fucking Back to the Future did it. Biff opens a casino, and all of a sudden, it's
everything
fucking.
because
Anyway,
you're not getting you might get the rich people, but it's going to attract the degenerates.
yeah, but the rich people all living up in the tower and leaving by
Yeah,
helicopter. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Everybody that lives down in the street, it always turns an area to shit. I don't know what it is. I mean, is it literally people going there, betting everything they have, going broke, and just staying there? Like, what the fuck
Well,
happens?
they have no money to get back. I mean, you
But
you,
that can't be it.
you heard all the horror stories about people who win the lottery, and somebody brought it up.
Yeah.
It's like the people who play the lottery aren't exactly
Hmm.
you know money conscious people. It's
Yeah.
always the worst type of people playing the lottery.
Yeah. Me and you play lottery, so I agree.
I don't. The only time I play the lottery is when there's a group lotto at work.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, everybody, well, shit," because if you guys win,
That's the
you're not
dude.
leaving me here by
That's
myself.
that's the thing, dude. Every time it comes up, I have that debate in my head. I'm like, we're not going to win. What's the point? It's just going to be a waste of like
Uh-huh.
$5 or whatever the kick in is. And then you have that thought: if they
What?
win, I'm going to be stuck here with all the
Seriously,
work because this is always
seriously.
at the job that they do this shit.
Yes, that's the
Ugh.
whole thing. It's like you're not
I,
leaving me
I
here by myself.
I do wonder. I would love to see it one day. I don't know. I know other companies, other employees of different companies have done it and won. What happens to that company
I
when 20 people leave at once?
I would love to. Well, at one of the jobs we worked at, 20
Mhm.
people left, not all at once, but pretty much in a span of like 3, 4 months, and they were freaking out. They thought they were going to close down the center.
Really? Did that many people leave? Is that like when we left?
Yes,
No.
the from what I heard from other people that still work there, the
Yeah.
2 or 3 months before and after that I left, it was roughly close to 20 people left,
Oh
and
wow.
they were freaking out that they thought they were going to close down the center because they
Mhm.
didn't and they weren't hiring more people.
Yeah.
They thought they because when I left, I abandoned the job.
Yeah.
I didn't give 2 weeks notice. I just said I'm not coming into work. I didn't call in. Just never came into work anymore. And this was just in case anybody knows, this wasn't like some mom and pop shop. This was a
No.
Fortune 500 company that we worked
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah.
And I just like I'm not
Oh,
doing this
dude.
anymore.
The thing that pisses me off is from what I heard, the
Uh-huh.
douchebag that ran the place, the director, the guy, the reason why everyone left is because this guy came in.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone left because he turned the place to shit. Well, I heard he left just after us.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the company sees the fact that he came in, everybody took the fuck off, and then he left. In other words,
Oh, from what I heard, he was forced into retirement because everybody left.
oh my
Because
God. What?
yes,
Wait, what?
yes.
Oh my God. Hang on. I got to jerk off. Wait, say it again. Is that true? You really heard that?
This is what I heard from Phoenix.
That feels so
Phoenix.
good. Oh.
Yeah, he said oh, that was right. When I went to give him the money after remember we were talking before that when during his wedding I couldn't afford the tux and he paid for my
Yeah.
tux, and I went to visit him and I gave
Yeah.
him the money for the tux and a wedding gift.
Okay.
He was saying it's like, yeah, that dude, they forced him into retirement.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, because so many people left, and the guy that was above him he seemed to be really like, why are people so like getting suspended? Why are people like getting so angry? Why are we having this much issues that he spoke to me, the director guy, the main director. I never talked to this guy before ever. And I'm like, who are you? And everybody looked at me like, how dare you ask that question? I'm like, I don't know who he is. I'm like, who are you? And he's like, I'm the main director. I'm basically this dude's boss. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pretty much laid it out to him. It's stressful working here. You jump, you tell us to jump. You guys say, don't get down until I tell you to get down. That kind of bullshit and so on.
Yeah.
But apparently, after you and me left, a couple months, when I went to give Phoenix his money, he was telling me, yeah, that guy was forced into retirement, mainly because so many people left. I don't know if you remember the chunky dude. He was I forget his name, but he was like that. He used to be a supervisor, then he became the head of NTs, and then they put him in charge. And now they playing like light music, like kind of calming music over the system. Calm everybody
that, by the way,
down.
that would drive me and you nuts.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're also he was telling me that one dude came in late, and he said, yeah, sorry, I'm late. He didn't give a reason. And the person, I forget their name, that monitored lateness is like, oh, you were late because you had traffic. Tried to coerce him to say that you were late because of traffic. And he's like, no, I was late. She's like, no. You need to say you were late because of traffic. And he wasn't getting it. The guy was, I don't know. I forget who he was, but he was completely clueless because they didn't want to suspend him or do anything to, I guess, make any more people leave.
Yeah.
Because they were so scared that they were going to close down the center. And you remember
that almost makes me wish we stayed just a little bit longer. No,
it's not worth it.
I know, but still, I still would have loved to have. It took me this long, dude. This is we're talking.
Now went over. No,
we're talking like 10 years ago.
Say
like
something.
I did something.
Great. Now I can't hear you.
Oh God.
Oh, this stupid fucking thing.
What the hell happened? You were working fine just a second ago. You went deaf. Anyway, I guess I'll just talk by myself. I don't know what to say.
Say something now.
Something now. Something now. Something now.
Are you saying something? Because I can't hear you. God damn it.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, my God. Why is this thing being such a piece of garbage?
I wish I had stayed at least long enough. Because it took me. I'm just going to talk whether you can hear it or not. Because you're going to edit this or whatever and you'll hear it.
Audio.
I just wish I had stayed. It took me 10 years to find this information out. So I've been suffering under the delusion that idiot got away with everything that he did.
I can't hear you.
And everybody. And yeah.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hold on. I'm going to remove you and then put you back in.
Why? Why would that help your audio? Why would it help your audio to remove me?
No,
and put me
fuck.
Back in?
God damn this stupid thing. What? I don't even know what happened. Wait.
It has to be on your end. Remove yourself. Don't remove me, you fuck.
I can hear all the audio on my computer except him. Oh my God, this is so stupid.
I wonder what's recording.
All right, I'm going to end it and then start it up again.
No. About you not being able to hear. Oh, we're recording now. I
Yes.
forgot about the recording thing.
No, what I don't know even know what happened. 1 minute you were quickly going over my TV, and then you just everything went silent. So I figured something must have happened.
I don't
So I
know.
thought, okay. But anyway, the main thing was that for me, this was kind of like ha 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 ha
Yeah.
was Neckbeard. Remember
Yeah.
Neckbeard?
I remember
Yeah.
that beard.
Apparently he had to take the
Severance package.
Yes, he took the severance package.
So there was another severance package then.
Yes.
Oh.
But for managers, remember it was a lot for managers.
Oh.
Yeah, he took it.
Okay.
But I just remember he was bragging about how he was going to become like he had a plan to become like the leader of the place or something.
Well,
and next
because
thing he took the severance package.
Wasn't
like,
he one of the dudes that the director dude brought with him?
Yeah.
So that's why he acted the way he did. He was under the tutelage of douchebag.
Oh, okay.
So he thought, oh, this is what you do. You just act like a prick, and people give you promotions and shit. So I could do that. I'm a prick. So yeah, now that he realized, no, being a prick apparently gets you forced out of the place. So I guess that's not going to work.
Well, you know,
dude, I didn't know this. I didn't know any of this for like I was saying while you were deaf. I didn't know this for 10 fucking years. I'm sitting here thinking this douchebag got away with it.
No.
And got away with the shit he did. Dude, and here's the thing. The people that were leaving, a lot of the people that were leaving we're not talking about the slackers.
Yeah.
The slackers just continued to slack. You know what I mean? Because they fucking union shop. They just, all right, fucking bare minimum, motherfucker. You're going to treat me like this? Bare fucking minimum. The people that were leaving are the people that were busting their ass and still getting shit for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. At one point, they gave me a trophy as the top agent there, which immediately went in the fucking garbage. But it should. But I mean, literally, the only thing I did in that place was do enough to make sure everybody leaves me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
anyway,
what I tried doing, but
yeah,
apparently I didn't kiss enough butt.
Yeah,
like there were two supervisors that always had a problem with me because I didn't brown nose to them. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. They were they would say things. I'm like, okay, is that really that important?
So here's what I hope happens. So I finally 10 years later found out that this guy had to pay. I don't know if you want to call it pay, because I'm sure he got a whatever fucking severance package and he's perfectly fine. He's telling himself there's nothing wrong with him. But
that's not how it went. Okay, he might have gotten his severance package, but you know damn well the guy above him was like, "Look, man, all these people are leaving, and all of a sudden you're in charge, and it happened under your watch while you're in charge.
Yes,
what are you doing?"
But this douche will tell himself they don't like me because I'm excellent. That's the type of douche he is. So here's what I hope happened. I hope they told him in the middle of the day. And the reason I hope they told him in the middle of the day is because I hope he got home early to find his wife in bed with his neighbor.
Jesus, dude.
And then I hope he gets pissed off, takes a swing at that dude, and that dude kicks the fucking shit out of him. This is the fantasy that's going on in my head. That dude kicks the fucking shit out of him. And then 6 months later, his wife leaves him, takes half his shit, gets custody of his kids. Then he finds out that the neighbor dude gave his wife AIDS and then in turn gave it to him.
What the hell?
And now he's dying of AIDS. But because AIDS is still curable now, it's not enough. So he goes to the doctor to get the AIDS medication that they have, but he has a reaction to the AIDS medication, and the AIDS medication causes him to have testicular cancer. He has to have both testicles removed.
What the hell? But that's a lot of anger to hold.
Okay. After he gets
oh my God, he's still going.
After he gets his testicles removed, in the hospital, they while he was under, they had it marked down wrong. So they not only removed both testicles, but his left foot. Now, in the process of removing his left foot, he got an infection. Okay. This is what he deserves.
Oh my God, man. I was just satisfied that they booted him. Want here's the thing. People will say, "Oh, I don't believe in karma." I firmly believe in karma. I believe it is true, because do you remember Neckbeard's buddy, the gangly balding dude?
The one that was my direct supervisor.
Yes. Okay.
Is that him? The one that moved to that other company with that other guy we knew that tried to get you in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And and
Yeah.
he pretty much barred me from getting that job at the other company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was like, all right, I wasn't gonna say things like, all right, you want to play the then I got you got me the job at the current company.
Yeah.
Come to find out that they fired him at that
Mhm.
other job. I was like, and he just bought a house
Yeah.
and all that. I was like, karma. Karma's that's why I don't push, I let shit go
See,
because
that dude.
my God, karma, people say that, oh, it doesn't work. It's like it doesn't work the way you want it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you wish like what you just wished,
Mhm.
that's not gonna happen. All right. But the
Mm.
fact that that dude got booted, okay, but I mean, regardless of what, okay,
Yeah.
karma got him because he had no intention of leaving that place. I mean, I'm sure he was making bank at that place, doing that at the position, thinking
Yeah.
he's all high and almighty. I'm the king mother effer in this place. Guess
Yeah.
what, king mother effer? You're now booted. Now the only place you're king is your toilet bowl. That's it. All
Dude.
right. So that
So
was good enough for me. You're like, I want him. I want his foot gone and his testes gone and his hair to
yeah.
fall out.
Yep. Anyway, that's just me. I go nuclear.
Seriously.
But
Holy shit.
anyway, that dude, the dude that you're talking about that went to the other job that, that you went for an interview for,
Mm-hmm.
and he blocked you from getting that job. So that dude was my direct supervisor.
Yes.
And when he put in his 2 weeks notice to leave, uh, on his second to last day, he was still trying to catch people doing shit so he could write them up.
Really?
That's the kind of douche he was. You're leaving the company, motherfucker. What do you give a shit
That's
about
that.
what's going on, right? Dude, when I gave
That's
2 weeks notice, I was a supervisor at a couple of places ago. You know the place I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, I remember.
First of all, I didn't write people up for shit. If somebody did something like, I went up to him, I went, dude, stop doing that shit. They're going to fucking catch you. That's how I handled it. And guess what? That works. They stopped fucking doing it. No, number one. Number two, when I was on my 2 weeks notice, oh my God, were people getting away with shit under my watch? I'm on 2 weeks notice. I can give a fuck. Just don't burn the place down while I'm still here.
No, in fact, burn it down so I don't have to come back tomorrow.
Yeah. But dude, I mean, I don't understand the logic. I don't understand. So first of all, it's not like he's on it. He's on his second to last day. Someone does something wrong and he has to do something about it. That might be one thing. By the
It's
way, on my watch and on my 2 weeks notice, I wouldn't even do that shit. But okay, fine. You don't want to be the guy that just lets people get away with shit and blah, blah, blah. He was actively looking for shit. Who can I burn on my way out? That's the
yeah,
kind of douchebag you're talking about.
because that's many managers. How many managers are? They're like, I am the supervisor. I'm going to, like,
Yeah.
remember that one supervisor that everybody had a problem with that was caught
Mhm.
humping another girl? I always said that dude will cut your feet out for that dude will cut your legs off at the knees to
Yeah.
make himself appear
Which guy?
taller.
Which guy? I know you can't say, but what guy? Say it again.
The one that was caught humping another girl.
Humping another. I don't even know what that means.
You don't even remember that? You're the one that told me the story.
I can't remember. Based on what you're telling me, I can't think of it.
He was caught. Somebody walked in on him, humping one of the HR girls.
HR
Or was she
or RMG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know what you're talking
yes.
about.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, you're the one that told me the story, dude.
Yeah. Wait, but I'm thinking of somebody else though. Not what he was he wasn't a manager, was
Yes,
he?
he was.
Okay.
Let me
Shit.
type it into chat.
I can't remember who. Oh yes, now I remember.
I was gonna say, yeah, he was
Okay.
he was my
Yeah.
supervisor.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
it.
remember they
Yeah.
got another job. He was given another job somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it wasn't, because once you
No.
told me that, remember there was that group chat
Mm-hmm.
in Shitbook,
Yeah.
and I put it on there that, oh, it's okay, it's not okay to wear short or something. I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
what I put, but it's okay to hump somebody
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And everybody's like, who did it? Who is
Oh
that?
my God.
Everybody's like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about? I didn't say a word. Then a
yeah.
couple of weeks later, all of a sudden he's gone. I was like, I hope that wasn't because of me.
I don't know, man.
Because I don't want karma getting back to me, but
Dude,
still, you
so
know.
everybody hated him,
Oh,
okay, including me.
everybody hated him.
Everybody hated him. Anyway, I don't know why, but dude liked me, which was annoying because I'd be sitting there working, minding my own business, and he would come up to me like fucking the UFC would be on the TV, and he would start talking to me about the UFC, and I would literally give him how you trying to make somebody go away
Uh-huh.
by he's a supervisor, so you're not going to be completely rude, but you're not giving him. But it didn't matter. He just kept talking, and he kept coming up with reasons to talk to me, and he didn't talk to anybody. So I don't know why he was talking to me all the time, but I got stuck with him fucking talking to me all the time. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was like the social butterfly over there. I was talking to everybody, but anyway.
Well, you were the award winner.
Yeah. 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 What's his name? Another. I'm not. Will not mention names, but one of the other supervisors there, when I got the award, started making fun of me for when I walked off because they had this little stage set up and they're giving out these awards, and you went up there and you got your award, and they took a picture and shit. Well, he was making fun of me like I was celebrating on the way down because I picked up the award off the podium or whatever, and I raised it above my head and I went, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I walked down the stairs and he goes, he's celebrating like Rocky and he just won the fight. He's got his arms up there. It was funny him making fun of me, but what he didn't realize is I was getting the fuck out of there before you could take a picture. Get me off this. I don't want my fucking picture. So you can plaster it all over fucking center saying top agent and blah, blah, whatever the fuck you're going to say. No, I'm not the poster boy for this bullshit.
Do you remember that stupid video that they kept playing over and over again? It was I don't know, it was a bunch of people that we worked with, and they just kept playing it on loop and they didn't want anything else on the TVs except that video. And I'm like,
what I didn't want.
I'm like, I cannot watch this. So I had a remote.
Yeah.
I just kept turning it off.
Yeah.
And then Neckbeard kept turning it back on. I turned it off, and he tried putting stickies to block the infrared signal. Didn't matter. It went through. I'm like, you big dummy. It went through anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, it's infrared. It's not freaking light. You moron. And he moved my desk so I couldn't turn it off. Like somebody ratted me out saying, yes, it was him.
Yeah.
Oh, that
by the way, you were supposed to be in one of those videos.
I was in a training video.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Because I remember walking up to you. So you're standing there, and dude with the camera, I forgot his name, was standing there. And you were, there were a bunch of people standing around, and then those people dispersed. So I figured the filming was over. And then I walked up to you and started bullshitting with you. And then dude behind the camera was like, we're still filming. And then he goes, do you want to be in it? And I'm like, not really. But so I didn't know what happened with that shit. Well, but you were supposed to be the slacker in the training video.
Slacker my ass. I was the douchebag.
You were telling customers off or something?
Yes. And that's why I want to play it, because I did it perfectly.
I just remember you sitting there after I realized that you guys were filming, and then I backed off. I realized what you were doing, because you was kicked back. You had a bag of chips in your lap. You were eating chips and just like being rude on the phone or whatever the fuck.
Yep.
But dude, those. By the way, does anybody really think that those videos do anything at all for anyone?
Do you remember when we went into training the first day? I don't know what day it was. It was one of our days of training, and they were showing this video about Harley Davidson, and Harley, the owner of Harley Davidson, was saying, we have the best fans, we have the best customers. And people are asking, why do you have the best customers? He's like, how many customers do you know tattoo their name on
yeah.
Okay.
And
the company was like, we want our customers like this. I'm like, what are you, stupid? Who do you think is going to tattoo this company's name onto their arm? Okay. Like what I can understand Harley Davidson because that's like a cultural thing. And mind you, they're how many years old? Okay. You guys have only been around for, not a long time, but not that long. And you're just a regular goofy company that people deal with. They have to have you.
Dude,
Harley Davidson, people want a Harley. We put up with you because there's no other options sometimes.
One of my favorite moments, and I've told this to my friend a couple of times. One of my favorite moments was in a meeting, and this was maybe, I don't know, a couple of years in or whatever. They came out with, I won't say too much because it'll identify the actual company, but so they came out with this technology, which is going to reduce their overhead. Okay. Because it's going to be virtual infrastructure versus wired infrastructure or physical infrastructure. So it's going to reduce their overhead. So basically every single product is now a tenth of the cost to the company that it normally would be. And so one of the union reps raises his hand in the middle of this meeting. I don't know if you're in this meeting. Raises his hand and goes, and they go, "What the hell is that? What's going on with your screen?"
Oh, God damn it!
Anyway, he raises his hand and goes, "So, so are our products going to be cheaper now, or is it going to be? Are we going to get more customers because it's going to be savings now for the customer?" And the guy on the stage is like, "Well, no. The prices, the amount of money that customers pay is going to stay the same. There is not going to be any discount. But so basically, the company is going to have the profits to this new tech." Then he raises his hand again and goes, "Will us as employees see any of those profits?" And the guy starts stammering and then he raised his hand a third time and goes, "Can we go back to our desks now?" Like we don't care. We don't care. Seriously? You're not giving it to anybody. You're not saving the customer. You're not giving it to us, the ones doing the fucking work. So fuck you. Get us out of this meeting. Oh my God. It was, dude, I laughed my ass off.
Beautiful.
I still laugh my ass off at that.
The one supervisor that I put into the chat, he was going off because we had to do the cell nonsense. I forget what it was. He was about something. And one of our guys, one of the guys was like, how does that affect me? How does this am I going to get more money from doing this? Am I going to see, how does that make me a better? He was pretty much saying, it's like, what is in it for me to do this? What do I get out of it? And the supervisor says, well, I'm just going to ask you to leave.
Yeah.
And so I just left. And when I went outside, I'm like, dude, that was amazing. He's like, oh, I didn't mean for it to go that far. I'm like, I don't care. That was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, you actually brought up a time, those embarrassing moments where you're an idiot and you don't realize you're an idiot until later and you just kick yourself over it. Similar thing where a guy was in a meeting and was giving the supervisor shit in the meeting. And I didn't realize that was what he was doing. Like, I thought he was asking a legitimate question. Like, the questions were stupid. So stupid. And it was this circular logic thing. So he was basically fucking with the supervisor. So at a certain point, I'm being all autistic and fucking listening and taking it for its face value. And so I just answered his question. I'm like, because I wanted to shut up the conversation, that moment.
You just want to go back to work because you don't want to.
I'm just like, what is? I don't understand. Like, I didn't understand his logic, so I just basically I squashed the whole thing, or I thought I did. But he kept going with it, and then it wasn't until like a day later that I thought back and I was like, motherfucker, he was fucking with the guy, and me as a fucking asshole had to chime in for. Anyway,
that's what those supervisors hated. They hated that shit. I say what goes on, and you shall not question me. All right, right here. And you know what's funny? When we first started there, the supervisors were awesome.
Yes.
All of our supervisors were amazing. I loved them.
Yes.
I loved working with
everyone. Yep.
Then they started bringing in these goofballs. Like, what the hell?
But once again, that's when the director changed. He brought all that. When she was in charge, I won't say her name. When she was in charge, It was amazing. We loved working there. We loved every one of the supervisors. As soon as she left, one by one, those supervisors that we loved took off,
Well,
and
from
and the ones that stayed just turned into douchebag mode because that's who they're working for now.
from what I heard is that they wouldn't bust people for doing goofy stuff. You
Hmm.
know, like just don't curse at the customer and don't be mean. That
Yeah.
was it. That was the basic rules when we first started there. But then they wanted them to bust them like, oh, if the customer's unhappy, bust that person. And supervisors were
Mhm.
like, I'm not doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's silly.
yeah.
And they're like, look, if you're gonna make me do this, then I'm gonna move. And everybody just started
Well,
moving, like leaving to other places.
here's the thing. Well, first of all, we could say that we work at a call center, right? Or these are call centers that we're talking about.
It was a call center. I thought
So,
I honestly thought like, and this is how stupid I was. You
mhm,
know, the place that we worked at it was a large company, and I
yeah,
figured, get your foot in the door,
mhm,
work hard, show who you are, and
yeah,
maybe you can branch out to other places or something.
yeah.
No,
And
you
by the
were
way,
stuck there,
and
no
by the way,
matter
we
what.
were branching out before the whole
Mhm.
regime change. We
Yeah.
were branching out, dude. I was acting supervisor on the weekends. I was floor walker on the weekdays. I didn't take calls.
Yeah.
I didn't take calls for like a year and a half.
Oh yeah. I remember. Remember, I was
You
the email
I was just gonna
the
say
email guy. They
you were on
sent
the
me to
email crew.
Texas
Yes.
to learn the email stuff. I'm like, hell yeah, hell,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Everybody that was doing their job and doing it well was being rewarded.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, this other douche comes in, brings in all the people he wants to bring in, teaches them how to be douchebags. And what changed was instead of correcting behavior as it shows up, they were actively looking for things. So it becomes the same thing that happens with cops when they give them quotas. You're not writing enough fucking tickets. The next thing you know, that cop is pulling everybody over and looking for shit instead of just doing shit that is necessary to protect the public. Now the dude's fucking kicking in taillights so he could write up a fucking ticket.
Hmm.
That's exactly what was going on at that place. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
but I forgot what I
But
was going to
I
say. But
remember it's like all that hard work, and it's like, oh, forget it. You now, because it felt like, oh, you got promoted. Well, now you're
yeah,
demoted. And
yeah,
it's like, I
exactly.
don't care who you are. You get to, and it wasn't even because we were doing a bad job. It's
Yeah,
just because the supervisor was like, I want my people to
yeah.
take it. And
And that's exactly why the top performing people are the ones that left. And that's
Mhm.
probably what got them into the most trouble. It wasn't
Mhm.
about 20 people leaving. It was about the top 20 leaving. It was
Yes.
about the people at the top because the people at the bottom are just, they weren't moving up. They're perfectly fine where they were. They're going to
Hmm.
do the bare minimum to keep the job, and that's fine. I have no problem with that as long as you're fine staying where you are.
Yeah.
But those people aren't leaving because nothing changed for them.
Hmm.
So he
And
lost all the fucking top people.
and I remember that trying to move to another position, somebody, one of our buddies that was while we were training tried to get me to another position. They
Mhm.
barred it. They completely was like, nope, he's
Oh
staying right
yeah,
where he is.
yeah,
I'm like, holy shit. That's why I was like, I don't
yeah,
care what happens anymore. Then once they moved to like East Bumblefuck,
yes,
I think what I lasted a year. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
left.
yeah.
I was like, I am done.
I still find it funny how you left. I mean, I left by getting another job, and I didn't give 2 weeks notice, and I thought I was a badass. You just stopped showing up.
I just did not show up. I couldn't take
Uh,
it. I was just done. I did not care. And everybody's like, "Oh, you're throwing out the baby with the bathwater." I'm like, "Fuck the baby and fuck the bathwater. I don't give a
yeah,
fuck."
yeah. Oh
You know,
man,
I didn't. I looked. I've checked my bank. You know, it's like when you wake up, it's like, "Do I have enough money?" I was like, "I have enough money to survive for a good
mm-hmm.
month, a good 2 months." I'm done. I can't
Yep,
do it anymore.
yep.
It was a little. It was ridiculous. It wasn't. I if they stayed where they initially stayed, I
Yeah,
probably would have still worked there. I would have suffered through it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that drive for where
Oh
I
yeah.
was,
No,
oh
that was
my
a pain in my ass. Yeah.
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't do this. There's
Yeah.
no way. I'm done.
And 4 or 5 people, literally 4 or 5 people, that fucked up their cars because they kept hitting deer on that stupid ass fucking road. Because
Yes.
we're all on the fucking night shift is the other thing.
Yes.
So driving home on that road, it was just nothing but deer on the fucking road.
Thank God. Oh
And
my God.
it like tripled my drive time at least.
Oh yeah. Like,
So
and not even that. The area that we used to work at was
Mhm.
amazing. I love that area. I was hoping to move to that area.
Yeah. No, it was good. I liked it while it lasted, but
Yeah, things always. This is the job that we're working at now is probably the first job where things have gotten better.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it went good for you because you've
No.
been doing it for a while now. But when the pandemic hit and they're like, everybody work from home, like, yes, this is amazing. I'm not going back. I'm
Yeah.
staying home. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah. I would like more money though, because the thing is, our our pay isn't going up. Everything else is going up. A
Yeah.
fucking loaf of bread is going up, but our pay isn't going up. I'm just watching money go out the window. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. I should be able to afford to fucking save money for Christ's sake.
Seriously.
So that's the one thing that's
Well,
bothering me.
I mean, the big race for me was not having to spend so much gas and
Well,
tolls
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
once again, even with that, I should be able to save money. I'm not saving any money, dude. And I don't buy shit. I don't leave the house. Where's it going? Just because I
But
want a fucking bag of chicken wings, I gotta fucking give them a half week's allowance.
well, so
Uh,
I saw this one graph where they were
mm,
saying it's actually cheaper to rent than to buy own a house because they're
uh-huh.
saying it's like, okay, you got the mortgage, then you got the taxes, then
Yeah.
you got the insurance,
Yeah.
all the utilities.
Uh-huh.
Anything that goes wrong with the house is on you.
Yeah.
Whereas rent, you pay the rent. Yes, nothing of value.
Mhm.
The money you rent, you put in doesn't go
Yeah.
towards anything.
Yeah.
But you don't pay for maintenance. You don't pay for taxes.
Yeah.
Anything that happens to the house is not on you, or to the
True.
rental is not on you. Like the house that I live in.
I guess in the long run,
Mhm.
yes. However,
Yes, I understand the pros, but people's like it's a waste of money to rent. To rent.
to
I
own.
don't know.
Well, here the problem I have, dude. If I was renting right now with the price, okay. If I downgraded, it'd be one thing. But if I was to rent the size place I'm in right now instead of
Oh
owning, if I was to rent that, I would be homeless because I wouldn't be able to afford it.
that
The amount of rent these days, right
yeah.
now, my I total up mortgage and maintenance. By the way, you pay your own utilities when you rent too. So I don't know why
Yeah,
utilities was included in that.
but
Tax, God,
well, taxes. Well, the thing is with the house that I'm renting, the guys never raised the rent the whole time I've been here.
oh, well,
So
that's a good thing.
that's
Yeah,
one thing.
yeah,
But when I was renting an apartment, they only raised the rent maybe $20 a year.
yeah.
So depends on where you rent. Like my brother, holy shit, this guy. Well, he
Mm,
lives with a girl,
yeah.
okay, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna put quotes here. Quotes, works,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
because this girl has. I thought I had I thought I had a lot of jobs. This girl has gone through so many jobs in the time that I was at one job. I'm like,
Hmm.
Jesus Christ! Like she was a manager at a cell phone store. Then she was a manager at some coffee place. Now she works in the hospital. I'm like, and those are the jobs I know about. There were others in the middle of between that. I'm like, dude, and she's always sick. She's always calling out sick.
Hmm.
Always in the hospital. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Hospital. What's going on
Oh
with
yeah.
that?
Oh, anxiety and she doesn't feel well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
So
she's female. So you're
yes.
telling
Well,
me.
yeah. So when the first apartment that he moved into was $1,500 a month. I was like, that's a lot of money for a one bedroom apartment, man.
Yeah.
But it had a nice view. It was a seaside view.
Mhm.
But the area was not a good area. It was one of those places where the cops were called every single day. Every
Mhm.
single day, cops were at the place. So he left that place and he got another apartment. And this place was like a complex with a pool. He had 2 bedrooms and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I'm like, how much is this place? He kept blowing it off. He wouldn't answer me, wouldn't say anything. Then finally, when he was moving to another apartment in the same complex, he was like, yeah, it's $2,000 a month. I was like, what? I was like, are you out of your mind? $2,000 a month? Dude, it's just you and your girl. Why do you
Yeah.
have to have two bedrooms? Are you insane?
Yeah.
And now, just this week, just today, he's
Mhm.
like, please come over and help me move. I'm like, dude, how many times have you moved already, man?
Oh, so they're moving again. So they're
He's
moving
moving again.
to a
And this
cheaper
place,
place? No.
no. No.
Of course.
I'm like, dude, he's like, oh yeah, it's 3 floors apartment. I'm like, you are out of your mind. Oh, and here's where it gets awesome.
Mm.
He's got a normal job, and then he got a second job. I'm like, what? You don't? He keeps going off how much he makes at this. He makes like just under what we make at this job.
Yeah.
And so on. And you figure his girl work. Well, again, quote work.
Wait a minute.
That should be more than enough.
He's making just under what we make, and he's
Yeah.
paying $2,000 a month, about to upgrade into a bigger one.
Yes.
What
But
the fuck?
again, he's got a girl that I put quotes works. So,
Yeah.
So apparently he gets a second job. I'm like, you get a, oh yeah, I'm bored. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something, man.
He hates this bitch.
Let me tell you something. There is nothing on this planet that could
Mhm.
make me be bored that I would get a second
Yes.
job.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
No. You
No,
don't.
there
You
isn't.
don't. Yeah. Live with her for
Fuck
a year.
that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck
Live with
that
her for a year.
shit.
Every dude
Fuck.
we know
Fuck
that does that much
shit.
overtime, there's only one reason. They might have kids, but there's only one reason they're doing it. They don't want to go fucking home. That's what it is.
I remember when I was 21 and I worked at Pathmark, and it doesn't matter. I worked at Pathmark,
Mhm.
and is there any Pathmarks even around anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen
Holy
one in a
shit.
long ass time.
Anyway,
yeah.
And where I worked was a high end, not the houses were high end houses. They weren't cheap houses.
Yeah.
And this guy worked at Wall Street. We had a guy who worked with me. He was like 50 years old. I was 21 at the time. He was probably our age now. And he's like, he looked old and decrepit and everything.
Yeah.
And he worked at Wall Street, would go home to one of the houses that were right next to Pathmark and walk to Pathmark. And I'm like, dude, you work at Wall Street. Why are you working here? And he's like, what'd he say? Oh, ever since my son went away to college, I can't be home. And I looked at him. I looked at him like, what are you talking? And he knew I had no clue what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And he's like, one day you'll understand. He just said one day the guy was perfect. He perfectly said, he didn't try to explain it. He just said, one day you'll understand. And on that the day I understood.
See, I like that dude. I never met him. I love that dude because every other dude we know all of them. We've known these guys, and they all come up with excuses. They don't want to do. This guy just told you fucking straight
the truth. He gave me truth that I did not comprehend. And to this day, I was what, 21, 22? I forget how old I was. I was in my early 20s. And 20 years later, I still remember what the dude said. One day you will understand. He didn't try to explain it to me. He didn't like give some goofy excuse. He just said, because he knew there's no point. I'm not going to understand it. Like, he could explain it to me, but I'm not going to comprehend it.
Yeah.
But one day you will understand. And I remember that day came when I understood.
Yeah. Oh, I think back on my father sometimes. So my father retired on disability. He had an accident on the job.
Oh, really?
A delivery truck. Yeah, a delivery truck hit he was a cop, so he was in an unmarked police car sitting at a red light, and a delivery truck trying to get through the red light for some reason just slammed into the car.
Oh my god!
So yeah, bad luck for this fucking guy.
Seriously,
he had an unmarked cop car. But anyway, my father got kind of fucked up and he had nerve damage and shit. So his right arm, which was his dominant arm, just atrophied to it was ridiculous. But anyway, He literally had to become left-handed. Is how bad it was.
Oh
But
shit.
yeah, anyway, so he went on disability. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because he retired early. He went on disability, retired early, so he was home all the time. And when I think back on it now,
Oh my god.
my father, I can't tell you how many projects my father had going at once. He was always finding something to do. Like I'm gonna go restain the deck. Well, you just did that like 6 months ago. Like he just kept coming up with shit to do. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. See, that's I don't want to become that.
That was the other thing.
I-
He would also, instead of he could afford a new car. He always fixed up car. He would buy old cars, and I always thought it was because he was cheap. No, he just wanted something to get out of the house to work on the whole day. He
Oh,
just wanted to lay under the car.
oh my god, man.
Ugh.
Your mom didn't work at all?
No, 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 no,
Oh.
no. Housewife. This,
Yeah.
our parents were back in the day when
Oh.
housewife was a housewife. She stayed at home, but which
Yeah,
of course, and of course, as a kid growing up, you could just never have a moment alone
mm-hmm.
because somebody was always in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I used to marvel at the kids that used to like throw parties at their house because their parents weren't home. I'm like, you have a time when your fucking mom isn't in the house? How the fuck does that work? Ugh.
Oh god, I just I can't even imagine the horror of like not wanting to come home,
Oh,
man.
mhm.
Remember when the pandemic started? We were like, yes, I'm
Yeah,
not coming back, man. And
yeah.
there were dudes who were like, it's been 2 weeks. Can
Dude,
we come back?
dude,
Can
the divorce rate went skyrocketed after the pandemic because
really?
because
Oh
people
shit.
couldn't. People were like, yeah, well, we're making this thing work until they had to spend 24 hours together, 24
Oh,
hours a day together. They just fucking broke up. There were people in brand new relationships that just torn apart. They're like newlyweds and then the honeymoon phase. And after spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week together, like, fuck this.
seriously. I just because I mean, I remember at the other place, once 9 o'clock came, man, we were out the door
Oh, yeah.
on the way home.
Yeah.
And I remember that one dude that was like, he was crying in the parking lot because he didn't want to go home. I'm like,
Oh, you mean
oh my
literally?
god,
No, you mean
dude, no,
whining,
no,
crying,
he was
like
crying,
fucking tears.
dude.
Jesus.
He was like, like that. I'm like,
Oh my god.
dude, I walked by his car because when I bought the new car,
Jesus.
I parked away from everybody, and I'm walking all the way. I guess he didn't realize that it was out, or he realized it was out. I guess he didn't realize somebody was going to be there that
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
And I'm walking by, and he had because it was warm out,
Yeah.
and he had the windows down. I hear him like like that. I'm like,
Ugh,
I didn't, it was uncomfortable. It just was a grown man. He wasn't like
yeah.
a kid. He was a grown gray beard, everything
Oh,
old man.
Jesus
I
Christ.
just, I tiptoed because I didn't want to embarrass him.
No.
I didn't want to
You
like
don't
look him
you
in
don't
the
want
eye.
I don't wanna know the story. I don't
Seriously,
wanna have the
I
conversation.
can put the story. I can put two and two together, figure out what the story is. I
Ugh.
just went to my car and closed the door. I was like, yep, don't want to know. Sucks to be you, dude. You made poor life
So
decisions.
okay, so you have people living in your house. So this is different for you, but I live alone. Now,
I just have my
somebody
mom living in my house. That's it.
okay, but that's my point. Is there's somebody else there? But
No.
because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, okay. So, but with me, I've even had people ask me the question because of the way my lifestyle is. I don't fucking leave the house, dude. I don't leave the house. Now, I do have to take care of my mom, but she's in a separate house. She's literally a half mile away. I'm there all the time, but when I'm in my house, I'm alone. And people have said, "Don't you get lonely?" I'm like, "No,
No. No,
no."
let me tell you something. Okay. When I moved out, because I didn't always live with my mom. I moved out in the year 1999,
Mhm.
January of 1999. I forget what age I was. So there's early to mid 20s. I forget
Yeah,
exactly when. Then I lived with my girl all through 99, and in early 2000 we broke up. She left the apartment a couple months before July 4th,
yeah.
but she left half her shit there. And I'm like, come get your shit. She was supposed to come July 3rd because everybody has off July 4th. So she's supposed to come over July 3rd, get her shit. She never came. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you? You're going to get your shit? It's like, my father is going to come and get my shit. I'm like, God damn it. Because I didn't want her father going through my shit to get to her shit. So I'm like, fuck this. I stayed up till like 3:00 in the morning, piling all her shit by the door. Like it's just a mountain of her shit. And when her father and he brought her uncle, I'm like, there's her shit. There it is. When you're done, just lock the door. I went to go start my car, and the fucking car didn't start. I was like, God damn it. Anyway, the point is, I always consider July 4th my Independence Day because that was when all
dude,
shit was
I
gone.
do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I even yell it in my house while I'm alone. Today we celebrate my Independence Day.
But until from when did I move back in? I think I moved back in with my mom 2005. So from 2000, for those 5 years, I lived by myself. And this was when I was in my, dick hard all the time phase. I didn't fucking care. I just wanted to be on my own. It was just me and my cat. And I still think fondly of those days. Like, oh man, when I had the apartment, it was just me and my stupid cat. I'd buy steak and the both of us I'd give him pieces. He'd eat that shit because he's carnivore. And so I was like, oh, those were some good days, man. Dude, I remember that.
You're actually making me depressed right now.
Why?
Because of my future. My future sucks, dude.
Why?
So, okay. So the reason we both work from home even prior to the pandemic shit is because of our moms need assistance. Well, my mom needs a lot of assistance. Okay. First of all, she's in a fucking wheelchair. Number one, she can't move around on her own. I got to help her in and out of the tub. This is not, it's not fun. However, but I have this thing where I can go there. I can sit. She's got the spare bedroom thing. I can sit in that room and I can work there and shit like that. So I could be there the majority of the day. But I come home and I go to sleep, or I come home and I sit in front of my own fucking TV. You know what I mean? Like so okay. So it sucks that I actually have to, go there and sit in a room and work in a place that's not my house. But anyway, so I'm doing that shit. But my mom's mental fucking faculties. By the way, this is going to bring the whole fucking this whole fucking podcast, whatever you want to call it, down.
Already, man. Like once you just said I'm depressed about my future, I was like,
dude. So
you just popped the balloon of like,
So okay, so her mental faculties have been declining for a while now. Okay. She was never fucking bright to begin with. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. It's just true. Anyway, so she calls me one day, okay, and so she's in a wheelchair and stuff, so she needs help with stuff, but I can go there, help her come back. I can work there, you know what I mean, and do my thing in that one room. Stay there for a little while and help her with different shit, but then I can leave at the end of the night kind of thing. It's fine. Now, but she can cook for herself, right? She can do all that stuff. So, by the way, there's other mental faculty things that have come up prior to this, but this is the most recent. So she can't use the stove. She can't use the oven. She doesn't like to use the stove. She can't figure out how to use the oven. This is a woman who cooked since I was a child.
I was gonna say.
So, anyway, but it's fine. She eats the stuff that she can cook in the microwave. She's got the toaster oven right there. She's just one person. She cooks like I cook. You know what I mean? Like fucking pre-made shit. You heat it up, you eat it. So that's fine. However, she calls me the other day. Oh, no. And the fire alarm's going off.
Oh no.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm telling the story wrong. She calls me the other day and she starts asking me questions. She's got these things that I bought her because they're easy to make and stuff, and I thought she'd like them. The sliders, White Castle sliders, you put them in the microwave. They're frozen and shit. So anyway, you put them on 40 seconds each side, you fucking pop them in your mouth. It's great. I have them in my freezer. I love them. But anyway, so she calls me and starts asking me questions about how to make these. And I'm like, um, anyway, I'm like, she's been making these for a fucking year and a half without any issues. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like 40 seconds each side. You know how to do it. And fucking wrap it in a paper towel, whatever the fuck. Anyway, and I hear this thing going off, beep, beep, beep in the background. I'm like, what is that? She goes, the fire. Oh, yeah. I left you a message. The fire alarm's going off. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, 2 and 2 together. I know why. It doesn't take a fucking genius to put these two together and figure out why the fire alarm is going off. So anyway, so then I go over there and I take care of the fire alarm and shit. But then I have to go back there because every time the air condition kicks on, it blows the smoke through the house again, and the fire alarm goes off. So this is my life driving back and forth.
What was something on fire that was causing the fire alarm?
Wait, you didn't put 2 and 2 together?
Well, obviously something was on fire.
Okay. Well, here's the 2 and 2 that you didn't put together. She's questioning how to cook something that she's been cooking for years. At the same time, the fire alarm is going off because she burnt the thing that she forgot how to cook. So
that's why I wanted the specifics.
Okay.
I know something was on fire, but what specifically was on fire?
Okay. So to find out that she put the thing on for like I don't know. I don't know exactly what she did. Because my assumption is that instead of 40 seconds on each side, she did 4 minutes. But I don't think that's the case. Okay. Oh, no. Because that doesn't cause the fire alarm to go off. That just causes a very shitty burger that you can't eat. I think she put it on for 40 fucking minutes. I swear to fucking God. Because here's the other thing. About a week later, I'm at her house. I'm helping her do whatever the fuck. And I forgot why. I opened the microwave. I think she maybe asked me how to cook those things again or something. So I opened up the microwave like I'm going to show her or something. And inside the microwave is a charcoal briquette that used to look like that used to be some kind of meat product, I assume, which is now a hockey puck. I've never seen I didn't know a microwave could. I didn't know a microwave could turn something to ash. In my opinion, I thought a microwave. I thought the only thing that could turn something to ash was an open fucking flame. I didn't realize a microwave, because it's literally ash. It's been cooked into fucking ash. Now, she's been doing this herself for fucking years. So, I mean, fucking years, for fucking 78 years. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, so then I'm like, what is this? And I forgot, blah, blah, blah. And she's almost trying to play it off. Like the one thing my mom is scared to death about is losing her independence. Oh, but she's got, there's no choice at this point. It's gone. Your independence is gone. You're going to burn your fucking house down, and you're in a wheelchair. So it's not like the house is going to burn down. You're going to, oh, fuck, I guess I burnt the house down. I guess I'll go live somewhere else. No. You're going to be stuck in the house in a fucking wheelchair. You can't get out if you burn the fucking house down. Well, anyway, so I start, and here's the depressing part. I start trying to explain to her. I'm like, maybe if I just kind of reteach her how to use the microwave, and she's at the point where I don't think she comprehends the difference between minutes and seconds. I'll just say that. So here's the other thing. I've been doing her bills for her for a couple of years now, like 3 years now, because, and this is a woman who she was a housewife, but prior to being married and having kids, she worked as what do you call that? Not what do you call she worked as in an accounts payable department in some company. So she knows how to do basic math, but she lost the ability to do basic math because now I have to fucking do her bills because she can't, she told me this. Takes her forever to tell me anything because she's afraid that, I don't know, whatever the fuck. But she at some point confided in me that she's sitting there trying to do the bills and she's banging her fist on the table because she's getting so frustrated that she can't figure it out. So that was like the start of this fucking decline. But anyway, the point is that
Well, I'll tell you what she's probably afraid of:
yeah.
being shoved into a nursing home.
Well,
That apparently seems to be the 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 grand fear of every old person, being
yeah,
chucked into a nursing home.
yeah. Well,
That's my mom has always said, "Don't whatever you do, don't put me
well,
in nursing home,
I
please."
got fucking news for you. My mom
I know.
doesn't listen to a goddamn thing I say. Doesn't listen to a goddamn thing. I've told my other friends this. Um, I have to treat her like a child. If I want her to do something a certain way, I will tell her to do it the opposite way. Literally, I have to do
Wow.
that reverse psychology shit because she won't listen to a fucking word I have to say, and it pisses me off. So anyway, so the point is, listen, bitch, start doing what I say, how I say it, or fucking strangers are going to take care of you. Because the bottom line is, I'm not going to be sitting here arguing with you whether or not you can burn your fucking house down or not. It's just not going to fucking happen. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh well, I guess you're right. No, you're fucked in the head. You need fucking help. Either I'm going to help you or somebody else is. So that's where it's getting to. So the point is, I don't know, dude. First of all, I would have been out of this state long time ago if it wasn't from my mom being
Oh,
here
same here.
and taking care of her and all that bullshit. Even though, to be honest with you, I don't like the fucking cunt sometimes. I'll be perfectly honest. She,
I'll tell you right now,
oh,
I probably wouldn't even be in this country.
yeah, yeah.
I'd probably move to like Thailand or Philippines or somewhere out there, about Vietnam or
Yeah,
something, man. Because you know we make
I know.
in America. Apparently, what we
Yeah,
make in America is a pittance, but to the rest of the planet,
yeah, yeah,
we're literally gods.
yeah, yeah. I know.
You know, it's
So,
like, what am I busting my ass here for? Man, let me
so,
move.
so my
Okay.
past and present have already been taken over by this thing. So now my future is either she's going to get stuck in a fucking home, which I don't think is going to happen, or I'm going to wind up having to fucking live with her to take care. Oh
Okay.
my god, I'd almost rather slit my fucking wrists.
Jesus, dude.
Oh, but anyway, but what the fuck else am I going to do? I'm going
Yeah,
to
I
just
hear you.
let her fucking.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. So
Well, see,
that's my future.
the bright side for me is, my mom. She's still my mom, but we don't. I don't hate my mom in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, like we just went to Taco Bell right before I started this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been taking care of my mom since my father died. And when I say since he died,
Wow,
she
that
has.
was a while ago, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, here's the thing. She's like I made the joke that she wasn't that bright to begin with. I I literally had to teach her how to do almost everything because my father did everything. Fucking everything. She didn't know how to, write a fucking check.
Really?
Yeah, she used to drive back in the day, but she had a car accident when I was probably like 11, and she hasn't driven since. So after my father died, I had to reteach her how to drive. So all the stuff since my father died, I've been taking care of her, and now it's getting to the point where now it's not like. See, at any point in that time, I could have just left and she would have been fine on her own. I was taking care of her because she's my fucking mom and I'm going to help her. But if she was forced to do shit on her own, she would have figured it out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's not the case anymore. If she's forced
It's
to do it
beyond
on her
that,
own, she's
right?
going to fucking die. Yeah. So anyway, so that's my fucking future. And I already told her, I said, look, if it's getting to be this way. And if it's gonna happen, I'm not sitting in the fucking little bedroom like a fucking teenager and fucking like, I'm going to take over the house. The living room is going to become my fucking living room. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she literally at some point said to me, like, you can sleep in that bedroom. I'm like, no, that's not.
It's not how this is going to work.
That's not how this is going to work. I'm going to be taking care of you. So you're going to become the teenager.
You get the small room.
Literally, dude.
Well,
I need the
which
desk.
would you do? Would you move her into your place or would you move into her place?
I don't know. Either way, my desk has to go in the bedroom I'm going to be in, and there's no room for my desk and a bed in the smaller bedroom. So I have to put everything from this one office room into the one bedroom so she'd be able to sleep here. So everything's going to be crammed into the master bedroom and shit. But anyway, so I don't know. I assume it would be moving into hers only because, like I said, she got this new tub installed. And the reason,
that's right.
yeah. And
Shit.
she even though she can't get in and out of it alone, she does need it. It's a tub with a seat and everything that you can sit down on and all that shit. I mean, my tub is just a regular fucking tub.
It's not at the point where you have to like wash her or anything, right?
No.
Oh boy. Yeah,
No, but dude,
that's where I would draw the line, man.
That's where you put her in a home.
That the wiping and oh no. Like you heard Brewers.
I'm thinking garden hose in the front yard.
But you heard about Brewer's stories with his dad?
Some, yeah.
Oh my god, I'd be like, there's no.
Well, way. Dude, let's face it. There is no getting better from this. There's no upside.
Things are not going to get better. It's just
a downhill. We're at the top of the fucking roller coaster, and we and all the clicks, the click, 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 has stopped, and it's gone silent, and we're going over the top, and that's where I'm at right now.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, let's end it right there, man. I can't take it anymore.
So to answer your question about dumb people buying lottery tickets, I bought lottery tickets. I did a couple of weeks ago.
So you can hire somebody to take care of her?
Oh fuck yeah! Oh fuck yeah! Are you kidding me?
Well, think of it this way: she still gets like some kind of payment, right?
She gets Social Security.
Okay, so if you move in with her, that means you only take care of one place.
Yeah.
And basically if you can somehow get rid of your place real quick, we don't have to pay for it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that's pay the for only place, and then hopefully you can find somebody that does it for less than what she gets paid for Social Security. Because I heard those motherfuckers are expensive.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, there's no way to afford somebody else coming in without winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. And by the way, we'll end on this. No, you know what? I won't even say it. We'll just end.
No, what? No, you can't cliffhanger me, motherfucker.
I'm not an only child.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. So the cunt sister that I have is completely fucking useless in this entire fucking situation.
I've heard that.
Oh, okay. So you know that. Yeah. Well, anyway, she was there at the beginning of this year.
I remember you telling me that she lived there and you got somehow kicked her out or something.
No. I didn't kick her out. She left in the middle of the night.
Really?
3 times. So she was there for 2 weeks. She left 3 times. In other words, leaving my mom with nobody there to help her.
Wow.
And by the way, during the time, and I've already told my mom this, if my sister comes back, during the time that my sister's there, I'm not.
I can imagine.
I am
from the stories.
I told my mom, look,
about her,
and I don't like phrasing it this way because my mom gets upset, like she's losing her independence. But look, I'll help you, but I'm not taking care of 2 of you fucking lunatics. But I didn't say that part, the lunatics part. But literally, why would I go from, dude? Okay, my sister. I'll leave on this. My mom has one of those recliners that to sit up. You sit down on it, you press a button, and it stands you up. You know those things for elderly people.
Yeah.
So it was unplugged because it was moved or whatever the fuck. Anyway, my sister's there. She's there for 3 days. She's only been there for 3 days. I get a call on my phone from my mom asking me to come over to plug the recliner in. I'm like, what? Like,
what?
I don't understand. Like, all right, I understand that my mom can't do it, but my sister's there. So I decide to go over just to see like what this is all about. What I find is my sister sitting her fat ass on a fucking kitchen chair watching TV while my mom's struggling to plug a fucking recliner into the fucking outlet.
Oh my God, dude.
So I immediately burst into, what the fuck is she doing? Why is she sitting? And my mom's like, shh. I'm like, why is she sitting her fat fucking ass on a kitchen fucking chair watching fucking Urkel or whatever the fuck was on while you're struggling in here to fucking plug the recliner? And my mom's, shh. What do you mean, shh? I want her to fucking hear.
And she didn't say anything to you?
No,
the sister?
No.
No.
What is she going to say that can possibly defend
I figured she'd
that
be like, "Hey,
situation?
you shut up and mind your own business."
No,
Oh,
no,
she
no, no, no.
just
That does that does not fly. Homie, don't play that. There's nothing she could say that could possibly defend the situation.
I figured she's like,
The
"Are you
bottom
back or
line is
something?"
what I think happened, and of course I'm not there privy to it. What I think happened is my mom gave her shit or something, and she decided, fuck you, old woman, plug your own fucking chair in, or whatever the fuck happened. Which, okay, I understand if that happened to them like 20 years ago. When you're dealing with a 70 fucking 8-year-old woman or whatever the fuck who's in a wheelchair, uncapable, and has some mental issues going on, it's not time to play fucking spite fucking, like, you're not a fucking teenager anymore. You
How old
plug
is
the
she
fucking
anyway?
recliner in,
Is
and
she older than you?
yeah, she's older than me.
Oh
Me,
my
me and my
god!
me and my sister never got along, but
Jesus
she's got her
Christ!
own mental fucking problems. But anyway, so
So where's your sister's not there
no,
anymore at the?
no,
And
like I
you
said,
guys even know what?
they got into some kind of tiff, and like I said, I get it. I get into tiffs with my mom all the time, but it's more like at the end of me being annoyed at whatever she said or did, I just help her with the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Mhm.
I'm past the point of getting annoyed at her because I realize now that I'm dealing with a child. Literally, the roles reverse. That's just what happens in life. The roles reverse. The parent becomes the child, and the kids become the
Well,
parent.
I'm
That's just what happens.
okay. I get that, but I'm curious of like, where does your sister live now? Or you don't know and don't care?
It's a little bit. Yeah, I will just leave it as I don't know and don't care, because
Okay.
that's the default setting. But anyway, so in other words, my sister's useless. And like I said, she left 3 times in the middle of the night. So I'm getting calls in the middle of the night because my mom's left there.
Oh
Oh,
my
dude.
god.
I don't. Here's the thing. I should have left a long time ago.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't mean my mom alone after my father died. I should have left this entire situation and never spoke to any of these people again when I was like 20. And I wouldn't be in this situation.
Well, some of
I
the
don't understand why.
situations,
Yeah, go ahead.
there's situations you could avoid if you'd just been an asshole.
Yes, exactly right. And I am an asshole. That's the problem. This is the one area I can't bring myself to be an asshole. And I don't understand why.
Because it's your mom.
I know.
Seriously.
God damn it.
Like my dad can rot in hell wherever he is. But my
Oh,
mom,
really?
there's nobody. Yeah, I don't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The last I heard, you and your dad were doing like fucking motocross shit or whatever.
Yeah, because that's another story.
All right, we'll save it for
It's
next time.
just, yeah.
We'll save it for.
I mean,
next
if you want, you'd have to bring it up because I'll forget.
I'll bring it up because
Okay.
I mean the reality is funny, and I made you crack up with my rant, so and I figured you would. Sometimes I feel bad because I've had friends that don't get, like, okay, I'm telling you my whole hardship thing, and I'm ranting into the microphone, and you're laughing.
Oh,
and
it's
I'm
fun.
fine, and I'm fine with it because to me, yes, it's not only is it funny, number one, number two, if I get too upset in my rant, I hear you laughing, and it brings me out of it. So that's good. But I've had friends that would, complain about whatever was going on in their life, and you just start to chuckle because that's what you do. Especially when somebody's so angry at something, you start to chuckle. It just happens.
Seriously.
I've had friends that would stop in the middle of their ranting.
Oh,
go,
really?
Why the fuck are you laughing?
Get
like,
the fuck out
dude,
of here.
because it's fucking fun, and it becomes even funnier at that point.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing that killed me. My other buddy, he's married, and he came over one time, and he was complaining about something, and then out of the blue, he just looked at me. He's like, "It just turns out I don't want to be married anymore." Dude, I started howling. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. He started laughing too. He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker,
Exactly.
you're making me laugh, motherfucker." But that's how it is. You rant so you can feel better, and hearing your buddy laugh makes you laugh, and it just brings you out of your funk. That's the whole point of it. Like, why would you, if you don't want to feel better, then shut the fuck up about it. You know?
Oh,
but yeah, the
God.
shit with my father, I get to it.
No, don't tell me now.
No, I'm just saying, it's like I've told other people about it and I've laughed about it. I said it in funny ways because it is funny. And it's funny because if I told you the shit that he's pulled on me and my mom, and then he turns around and complains about like, if we don't do stuff that as bad as he does, but in his mind, it's as bad. It's so bad. And it's like, you do the same thing, but even worse. And you're not, and we don't even do what you did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's end it on that note. I will ask you about that next time because I am curious. All right.
Oh boy. All right.
All right. I'm actually going to log off of the whole thing right now.
All right.
Later.
Later.
Fuck's the button.
And recording, you piece